Fossil fuels were formed hundreds of millions of years ago from prehistoric plants and animals, before the existence of cavemen and even dinosaurs. When these fossil fuels were forming, our landscape was much different than what we are used to seeing nowadays. The Earth, in its early days, contained many swamps and bogs that dominated the landscape. The climate was almost much warmer. The combination of many wetlands and warm temperatures made the conditions perfect for fossil fuels to form. Coal, oil, and natural gas are the different forms of fossil fuels which we commonly use today. Coal, being the most destructive fossil fuel, is made up mostly of carbon. Thus, when burned, releases the most CO2. It can be found in sedimentary rocks, usually occurring in rock strata called coal seams. This fossil fuel takes the form of peat, which is what dead plant matter eventually turns into under certain conditions. The United States is one of the top exporters of coal and uses it to generate more than one-half of all electricity. There are many different methods of extracting coal which are also destructive to our environment, those methods being underground and surface shafting mining. Mining not only ruins the environment and reduces biodiversity, but it can be done to such extremes that it destroys mountaintops. There are many other environmental problems which come with coal. 24,000 lives are shortened a year due to power plants in the United States, including 2,800 from lung cancer. The whole process of extracting coal and converting it into energy generates hundreds of millions tons of waste. Mining for coal can interfere with groundwater and water tables, destroying what little fresh water we have. All of these effects and more can be linked with coal. Natural gas is naturally occurring hydrocarbons mixed with primarily methane. This fossil fuel is mostly used for heating and electricity, although it can also be used as fuel for vehicles. It is considered the cleanest fossil fuel, with the least emissions. Oil is another fossil fuel on which the human population greatly depends. While it has many uses, oil is mainly converted into gasoline and used for transportation. It is obtained from reserves in the ground, which must be drilled into to acquire. Oil emits greenhouse gases, which contributes to global climate change and other environmental problems. The combination and rapid depletion of natural resources and the effect these resources have on our environment means we must change the way we power our present-day world. One of the biggest contributors to fossil fuel usage and pollution is transportation. There are many different types of alternative fuels such as biodiesel, ethanol, and methanol. Ethanol and methanol are alcohol fuels. These fuels are convenient for storing and transporting energy. Electricity is another alternative method for powering our vehicles. Electric cars and hybrids allow for automotive vehicles to run off electricity from rechargeable batteries rather than strictly running off gasoline. This greatly reduces the amount of pollutants released into the atmosphere from burning oil. While electric-powered vehicles are expensive, they are worth the investment in the long run for people looking to help slow down the depletion of natural resources. While these options may be a little out of the price range for the average college student, there are plenty of things that a UMass student can do to reduce their fossil fuel usage for transportation. A few students, faculty, and staff can avoid the commute to school, but there are many who have parking passes on campus who could find an alternative mode of transportation. One of the easiest solutions is carpooling. If you live off campus and have a roommate with a similar class schedule, and you're a commuter, you can leave at the same time as your parents do for work. You can use this as an advantage. Another alternative is the PVTA bus system. Yes, they run late sometimes, but during the day for a commuter they run every 15 minutes and have really convenient bus stops all over the Pioneer Valley area. These buses are running anyway, so you might as well use them. They also drop students off right at the center of campus. From personal experience, the amount of time that it takes to drive on campus, park, and get to class is basically equal to the amount of time it takes to ride the bus and get dropped off right in the middle of campus. It's also free for students. This way, you don't have to pay for parking or gas, and you are greatly helping the environment by not burning gasoline and oil every day you attend school. The best way to cut down on your fossil fuel emissions is to walk or bike to campus. UMass has an amazing bike share program that makes this really easy. You can sign out a bike in the bike co-op office and the student union as long as it's back in 24 hours. It's also great exercise that doesn't pollute the environment or use any fossil fuel. The next time you get ready to step into your car, think about taking the bus, having a friend split the cost, or simply walking to class. It's an easy way for you to help the depletion of fossil fuels and to protect our vulnerable planet.